Untitled Jake here to do my review on the Nerf Rival Finisher. This is a new entry into Nerf's Rival lineup that comes in at a great price point of $15. And this is a top prime string-powered blaster that features a new magazine. And let's talk about the magazine just for a second. I'm going to grab a few Rival rounds. And this features what they call the quick load system. All it is has a little button right here that you can pull down, and it opens up the side of the magazine. Now this is only a 7-round capacity, and it allows you to almost treat it like a hopper. You just dump the rounds in and then let go of that, and it will close up. You might have to actually push it up. Mine won't close on its own, but you have to push that back up, and then you can place this back in the blaster. Now you unfortunately cannot access that while it's in the blaster. I think that would have been a really, really nice design choice. Now, if you really, really want to fuss with it, you can kind of get it to pull down, but unfortunately, it still doesn't really help unless you really push it in there. Then you can kind of force them in. There. It kind of works, kind of doesn't. It's not really intended to be that way. It's intended for you to pull this out, open it up, and feed it in. That'll be a feature whether you decide on your own whether you like it or not. But it is a 7-round capacity magazine, and they give you 7 rounds included with the blaster. So for $15, blaster, mag, 7 rounds. And what you're going to get is a fairly smooth priming blaster that has very good function and consistent firing. Unfortunately, while being a consistent and smooth functioning blaster, it does not hit its advertised claim of 90 feet per second. That is what's on the package, and mine actually is not a lemon. I actually have seen others who have reviewed this blaster already, including Captain Xavier, who had one hitting 87. Mine's hitting a little bit less than that. I'm actually only getting around 84. And that's with a brand new selection of the Nerf Rival rounds. And if I put in other ammos, it will vary wildly. It really doesn't like the X-Shot ammo, and it definitely doesn't do any better with my favorite ammo, which is actually the Adventure Force Tactical Strike rounds. The fact is I don't think it gets a good seal on the barrel. And as you can see there, when you prime back, the barrel pops forward, a round pushes up from the magazine into the chamber, and then you kind of pull it home. And while it is a very smooth functioning blaster, you are going to have a performance drop compared to what you expect with the Rival lineup, even compared to the tiny little Nerf Rival Knockout. That little thing actually will outperform this. And so will most every other Rival firing blaster on the market, regardless of brand. So something to keep in mind as you look at this review and consider whether you want to buy it or not. Now, as I've shown, it is smooth to prime, if you like the top prime especially. And the magazine release is ambidextrous. However, the safety is not. That is only on the left-hand side. I happen to be ambidextrous, so it doesn't really matter to me. It's not ambidextrous. I am. So that works for me. And if you are a right-handed user, you can just kind of activate it with your thumb. And it also does have a release button here in case you have a malfunction. I have had a couple of misfeeds and have had to actually clear them out. That's been where I don't know if it's on this new magazine or the blaster, because I didn't have it when I used other magazines. I've only had it when I used this specific one. I don't know if that quick load system is getting in the way or not, but it has happened. I've had some non-feeds, some misfeeds, and I don't know if I'm the only one. It's worked fairly smoothly overall. Like the blaster itself functions smoothly, so I haven't been able to isolate whether it's the mag or the blaster. That's something to keep in mind as well. Overall smooth function, a little bit underperforming, and I haven't narrowed down where that misfeed issue is. And it's mostly non-feeds. I don't know. Again, I don't know ammo type, because I fire at least 5 different kinds of Rival rounds through it. The genuine Nerf, X-Shot, Headshot, Adventure Force Tactical Strike rounds and NF Strikes off-brand versions all have, again, underperforming velocities, and somewhere there's a ghost in the system of misfeeding. But overall, if I can narrow that down, because again, I said it only happens with this mag. I've used off-brand Rival mags. I've used standard Nerf Rival mags, both of the 7 or 12 round varieties, and I haven't had the misfeeds otherwise. So again, I'm kind of tempted to think that it's a feed issue with the mag. But outside of that, since I haven't had the issue with any other magazine aside from this one, I'm not going to blame the blaster. I'll keep my eye on the magazine see if it keeps happening. But I can recommend this if you know going into it it's going to be a little underperforming. Because while other people have complained about the grip, I haven't had any complaints with that. My one ergonomic complaint is with the trigger. It has a very flat profile, and it's basically got no texture to it of any kind. It's squared off, so that's a little annoying. Just pet peeve. I like a form trigger. This one has zero form other than flat. And again, something to keep in mind. But at $15, I can get behind Nerf hitting a lower price point. And it has their typical build quality with the Rival series. Rival tends to be very nicely built, very creep-free, very solid feeling, and this is no different. So, despite it not being a top performer, I still kind of like it. And I think it's worth trying for 15 bucks. And of course, you can always mod it. And again, the only time I've had feed issues has been with this specific quick load magazine, which that could be a follower issue. And I have not had an issue with any other magazines. So that'll be my final opinion and conclusion, is that I do like it. It does need a spring upgrade. And I'm not going to probably use this magazine with it. I'll use 12 round stick mags. And I'll probably avoid this because I don't think that the gimmick is really worth it. It doesn't do anything for me. Like having to open this up actually takes longer than just shoving the rounds in through the top. I can do that quicker. So that's my final opinion, that I like the blaster, don't really care for the magazine. I think it's offering more issues than it solves with solutions. So for 15 bucks, Nerf Rival Finisher gets my recommendation. It's Mongoose Jake. Hope that you have enjoyed this and hope it's been informative. And let me know what you think about the slightly quicker review style with my quick overview of what it is, how it functions, what's included, and performance and overall features, followed up with my overall opinions and conclusion. I always look for your feedback, so I do thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.